Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I just want to say Happy New Year's because I don't know when last I created a video on this channel that was like a proper video. Thank you guys so much for clicking and watching this video. My name is Tamara Maybe. I am a Nigerian lifestyle vlogger. I create videos around faith, beauty, fashion, cars, houses, real life conversations, and many more. It's going to be exciting. If you're an old subscriber, thank you for coming back. But if you're a new subscriber, please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Guys, it's free. And don't forget to share. Let's continue to grow the family. It's 2021. We're doing things bigger and better. The reason why I'm here today is because I just wanted to come in and chat with you guys, see how you guys are doing. We are in the middle of this pandemic. It hasn't gone yet. And yeah, I just wanted to catch up, let you guys know kind of where my head is at in terms of a new year, goals, plans, and everything that I'm kind of thinking about, whether it's regards to my channel, and yeah, just kind of hang out with you. When I was thinking about this video, one of the things that came into my mind was, you know what, let's take it back to 2020. So no one saw that 2020 was going to happen the way 2020 happened. And we literally coronavirus got thrown at us, but at the start of the year, and to be honest, it's a tradition that I've been doing the past maybe 4 or 5 years, is that at the start of the year, I would think about a word that I will stick to, and a word that I would kind of use as my, like a foundation, right? Like a block, something to just kind of think about throughout the months of the year. And my word for 2020 last year was becoming. I thought it was really interesting because becoming, in fact, when I thought about the word becoming, I was like, becoming, like, God, where's becoming coming from? But it was beautiful because to become is to become, right? To form into your own person. And I knew that it was important for me to change a lot of things that I had been doing before. 2019 was a tough year, and I knew that I had to change some things going into 2020. And with regards to becoming, how did I become? So I feel like at some point during the year, maybe like at the start of the year, or maybe even after like March when things started to go into lockdown properly, I did a soul search where I kind of asked myself some hard questions, like, what are things that you need to work on? What are things that you need to do in order for you to be a better person, and in order for you to grow? Because really, that's what life is about. Whatever we're doing, we should be growing. So I did a soul search and I asked myself some really hard questions that I eventually maybe started to answer. Another thing that I did was I allowed myself to be vulnerable enough to receive, because it's one thing to think things, which a lot of times we can't see ourselves, right? So we need people that love us and people that are concerned and are we need people around us that love us, and people that will tell us the truth about the things that we're doing. So I allowed myself to be vulnerable to the people that I love, and allowed them to tell me things that I needed to work on. And I truly feel like I became intentional about working on those things. And I'm a work in progress, guys. I'm not perfect. But it's one thing to know, and then to work on the things that you know is another thing to just not know at all, right? So for me, that was a huge step. Another thing that I did was, I feel like I truly came into my own person, right? I feel like I began to really love myself. You know how the Bible says we are sons? Like, I really felt like 2020 was a year where I was like, actually, you are a son. Like, you have dominion, you have authority, you are under authority from God, but then you have dominion. And I felt like I came into my person. I felt like I began to love myself. I felt like I began to trust myself and trust my decisions, and those things helped me to start to trust God more. Because it's one thing to say we love God, and it's another thing to really to really trust. It's hard. People talk about walking on water and doing things based on faith and things like that, but that's intense. Those are things that you literally have to be intentional about. So I think that even from things like rocking my natural hair, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't rock my natural hair, but it was extremely difficult, in my opinion, for me to just have my hair out and put it in a bun like this, right? And it's not because I didn't think my hair was pretty, but I just didn't think it was cool, and now I'm at a point where I can look beautiful in wigs and I can still look beautiful in my natural hair, and I absolutely love it. I started to really think about the things that defined me as a person, and I didn't want those things to be materialistic things. I wanted those things to be things that were substantial. So one other thing that I think I learned was I learned to stop trying to be in control of everything and really just allow God to just do his thing, right? To learn from my mistakes and to just continuously remind myself that this is a process and you are growing through this process, and really it's gonna be okay, right? So those are some of the things that I feel like I learned in 2020. Those are some of the things that I feel like I came into, right? And those are the things that made me come into me as a person, right? So 2021, first of all, thank God we made it. Thank God we are here. And it is just such an honor to be alive and to just, to continue to do life and to continue to have a chance at life. That is just the honest truth. When I was thinking about my word for 2021, it was interesting because it was maybe around December. I read Revelations 22 verse 1-3, and I'll read it out to you guys. It says, first of all, the TPT version says Eden restored. And for me, that's even huge because that already means that there is restoration that will come out of what God is saying through this chapter. So it says, then the angel showed me the river of the water of life, flowing with water clear as crystal, continuously pouring out from the throne of God and of the Lamb. Verse 2 says, the river was flowing in the middle of the street of the city, and on either side of the river was the tree of life, with its 12 kinds of ripe fruit according to each month of the year. The leaves of the tree of life are for the healing of nations, and every curse will be broken and no longer exist, for the throne of God and of the Lamb will be there in the city. His loving servants will serve him. So I'm going to highlight verse 2 because I feel like that was what verse stood out to me. And it said, the river was flowing in the middle of the street of the city, and on either side of the river was the tree of life, with its 12 kinds of ripe fruit according to each month of the year. So for me, my word for 2021 is yielding, and not the kind of yielding where not giving away under pressure or under force, but really producing ripe fruits in each month of the year. That for me was just stellar. Like when I thought about it, and I was like, yes, from becoming to yielding, because in becoming, there's so many things that I learned that now I would be able to use those things that I learned to produce fruit. And for me, that comes with being consistent, right? That comes with being consistently doing things on a daily basis that will achieve big results at the end of the year. By the grace of God, we'll be able to come back and review year 2021. And I hope that I will be able to say this year I yielded, right, the fruits of the Spirit each month of the year. So in being consistent and in yielding, I plan to be intentional about the things that God has called me to do. So this is not even a thing where I'm saying, oh, I don't know what my purpose is, because I know what my purpose is. And my purpose really is to add value, to be the salt and the light of the earth. And, the joy of the Lord and the love of God will hopefully flow through me to people that I come in contact with. And I was talking about this with a friend of mine, and I said, this year, I think we need to take the pressure off, right? And really just be more intentional about the things that we're thinking about, and forget about the things that the world says you should be doing at your age, at your status, whatever it is, you know, and really just really just come into who you are, really just do things from a place of knowing and from a place of understanding. So yeah, in saying all of that, my prayer is that I can trust, I can obey the directions and the instructions that God will give to me this year, because I want to be doing things that are spirit-led, you know, in the best way that I can. And yeah, my prayer is that the love that I know that God has for me will flow through me to other people, and that love will produce joy, it'll produce peace, it'll produce patience, it'll produce kindness, and that kindness will produce goodness, that will produce faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. So that is my prayer for myself, and that is my prayer for you who's watching this today. I hope you feel encouraged. I hope that you feel like, you know, there's hope, and you know, there's going to be restoration this year for us. And yeah, there's so much to be thankful for, and there's so much to look forward to. With all that being said, I wanted to tell you guys some exciting things that I plan to add to the channel this year. So if you know me, you know I'm someone who loves to have conversations, whether they are comfortable or whether they're uncomfortable, whether they whether they're good or whether they're bad. Sometimes you just have to have conversations, because you know, conversations give life. That's just what it is. And relationships are really important, whether it's friendships, business partners, all of that, really important. So I am adding a series to the channel that I'm calling Uncomfortable Conversations. And I truly feel like this was something that was put in my heart by God to do on this channel, to have real life conversations with people, right? To talk about their experiences, to talk about their pain, their joy, and everything in between, really. We've already filmed some episodes, so I'm really excited to show you guys what we already have. And yeah, the other thing is that Uncomfortable Conversations is actually going to be in audio versions as a podcast on Apple Podcasts and maybe Spotify. We'll see about that. But yeah, I'm really excited about Uncomfortable Conversations. Last thing, if you know me, you know that I'm someone who loves spaces, right? So houses, townhouses, homes, whether it's color, whether it's in the intricate details like the coloring, you know, the interior decor, the staircases, you know, things like that. I just love looking at houses. I love, you know, dreaming and thinking about what my future home will look like and all of those things. So I decided to add apartment hunting, apartment touring, house tours, and things like that to the channel, just to make it more fun and to make it more exciting, because you know, lifestyle is broad. There's so many things that could be added to this channel, and yeah, I thought I would give the channel a little bit more life this year in adding those things. So I really hope that you guys receive it properly. I really hope that you guys enjoy it. Yeah, and I really hope that this year, in saying that I want to be consistent, that I can truly show up for you guys, because you have shown up for me. You have been really supportive, and yeah, thank you guys so much. Yeah. That's really all I have today. If you got to the end of this video, you are a star. Once again, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share this video. Let's expand our family this year. The goal is to get our channel to, like, I'm gonna say 100,000 subscribers. Let me just leave it at that, okay? We'll work around all the in-between details. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye.